welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, we can finally start to have a report where people are actually catching fish and we don't have any ice on the lakes anymore. It's hard to believe that we're already in the first full week of May, and we're not talking about ice fishing. It's been one of those winters, to say the least, but now we can move on, and Mother Nature has really cooperated over the weekend and into the early part of this week. It's really been some ideal weather conditions to hit the area lakes and rivers. And guys have been doing just that. People that have been going out have had some decent luck around the area, and the lakes, like I said, and the fish are cooperating. The lakes up in the Northeast have opened up the past couple of days, and so they're not getting as much activity, but once the lake opens up, guys are hitting and having quite a bit of success in area lakes. Lakes up in the Northeast that have been producing walleyes included Waubay, Bitter, Indian Springs, Dry Lake by Clark, Reed, and then also Goose, just to name a few. Down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes included Thompson, Dry Lake by Willow Lake, Ponson, Whitewood, Madison, 81 ponds, a few being caught at Lake Henry, and then also Henry WPA, also Sinai, Scott Slough, Vermilion, and then also Twin, which again, remember, is the trophy lake where you can only have one, and it has to be over 28 inches in length. What people are doing right now, again, nothing of any, out of the ordinary for this time of year. Jigs and minnows have been the best, but if you can find minnows, and we have plenty of them here at the store, that's been the real key. Otherwise, jigs and plastics, such as, and also I will also say hair jigs, such as the Deep V from Northland, and then also the bucktail and moontail by Rapala or VMC. But as far as jigs and plastics are concerned, a lot of people are using the Gulp minnows or the walleye assassins, and then also the Authentics plastics, whether or not you're talking about the Pulsars or the Moxies. But again, jigs and plastics have been a good alternative to the jig and minnow bite. And then also the Missouri River continues to produce fish. Again, jigs and minnows, jigs and plastics. A few guys are pulling crankbaits out there. The shore bite, especially late in the afternoon during the evening and overnight hours, continues to go okay. It's starting to show signs of kind of tapering off a little bit. But again, cracker rigs during the day from shore, and then throwing the original floating wrap from Rapala has been working quite well to get those last-minute spawners to bite out there. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about a few rods and reels, so to speak. One thing I want to make sure everyone knows, folks, if you stop in here at the store, you're going to see a selection of rods and reels second to none around the area, to say the least. We have an unbelievable selection of rods, combos, and then, as you can see behind me, reels. And what makes us different than a lot of the box stores, folks, is that we're going to match your rod up and your reel up to how you fish. You come in here looking for a rod and reel, we're going to ask you right away, what are you going to do with that rod? Are you going to jig from the boat? Are you going to be pulling spinners? Are you casting plugs from shore, or whatever it may be? We're going to find a rod that will match up to the type of fishing you're going to do. Then the second thing of our service that we're going to provide, that we always provide, is to match the reel up, again, to that rod. You want to make sure that rod and reel are perfectly balanced, and we're going to make sure that you have a balanced rod when you leave here. So again, we're going to figure out what type of fishing you're going to do. Then we're going to show you a number of different options that you're going to tell us also your price point. How much money you want to spend on a rod and reel combo, because we have them ranging from the inexpensive up to the expensive. So again, your selection is going to be second to none when you stop in here at the store. So again, what we're going to provide you, we always have provided you, is a great selection, but great service to come along with that selection to help you find the rod and reel that you need. So whether or not you're talking about a $9.99 reel or a $9.99 rod or a $200 rod or reel, we have them right here at Dakota Angler. Now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And folks, before we end this week's report, I want to remind you that we have our ongoing photo contest in cooperation with Beal Distributing and Busch Light. That if you take your favorite photo with a can of Busch Light in the photo, you're going to be qualified to win a 30-pack of Busch Light absolutely free. All you have to do is send it to me. And here's 3 examples of photos that have already been entered into the contest. It will run through May, Then we'll start fresh with June as well as July. So again, all you need to do to qualify, take a photo with your fish and a can of Busch Light. Whether or not you're drinking it, whether or not you're doing whatever to it, you will qualify, and we'll pick out the best photo of each month. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week, and again, thanks for watching. Stay healthy, and folks, stay safe.